All right, today we're going to dive into a really fascinating new idea in the world of digital identity, the Sovereign app. We'll be taking a look at a platform called Narrist that wants to put you, the creator, back in the driver's seat of your own online presence. Let's get right into it. I mean, think about it for a second. All your profiles, your followers, your hard work, your content. Is it really yours? Or does it kind of belong to the big platforms you use? That question is exactly what we're going to unpack today. So here's the game plan. We'll start with a big problem every creator faces. Then we'll get into the whole sovereign philosophy that offers a fix, see the actual magic in the URL that makes it work, take a quick tour of the creator studio, and then wrap up with why this whole thing is such a huge advantage. Okay, so let's set the stage here. If you're a creator, an author, anyone building something online, you know this feeling. You're stuck in this maze of different platforms, and each one has its own weird rules, its own audience, and its own risks. You're paying for a bunch of different tools just to manage a simple page of links. You're living with that low-key fear that a platform could just change the rules, or even worse, suspend your account, and poof, years of work gone overnight. And all the while, your data, your audience's data, is being scooped up and monetized by someone else. It's a raw deal. But what if there was another way, a better way? This brings us to the whole idea behind Narrist, which is this sovereign app philosophy. And really, it's a complete rethinking of who holds the keys to your digital kingdom. A sovereign app basically fires the middleman. Just imagine this, a world with no servers storing your private info, no user accounts that can be hacked, and absolutely zero tracking. Your identity isn't just stored by the app, it is the app. And this is the giant leap, right? It's a fundamental shift. You're going from just renting your little corner of the internet to actually, truly owning it. It's like having the deed to your own digital property. The identity you build is encoded, and it's yours, period. Okay, I know what you're thinking. How on earth can you cram an entire profile into a single link without some giant database somewhere? It definitely sounds like magic, but it's actually just some really, really clever engineering. This is the key. You've got to wrap your head around this one idea. Normally, a URL is just an address, right? It points to where your data lives on a server. But here, the URL doesn't point to anything. It contains everything. It's basically a self-contained digital business card. You can really see the difference here. On the left, you've got the old way, complicated, centralized, expensive, a real headache. But on the right, the Narrist way, your entire identity, your name, bio, links, even your favorite colors, it's all compressed and encoded right into the URL. It's decentralized, it's independent, and you can take it anywhere. So here's a quick look at how it actually works. First, you hop in and design your profile. Then, the system uses some slick compression to shrink all that data down. That tiny package of data gets encoded directly into the URL itself. And when someone clicks your link, their browser decodes it and rebuilds your profile in an instant. No database, no waiting, it just works. All right, so we've talked about the big idea and the cool tech, but what does it actually feel like to create one of these sovereign identities? To see that, we've got to go inside the Creator Studio. Think of the studio as your mission control. You've got all the basics, of course, like your name and social links, but you can also inject so much personality with things like choosing a guardian creature, like a bee or a raven, to give it a certain vibe. You can even draw your own signature for that personal touch. It's all designed to let you showcase your work professionally, but in a way that feels uniquely, well, you. Now, this context feature is just incredibly powerful. Instead of having one static, one-size-fits-all profile, you can create totally unique versions for different people. So a new reader might get a warm, welcoming message. For a podcast appearance, you might want a more assertive tone. And for press inquiries, you can direct them straight to a professional media kit. It lets you control your own narrative for every single interaction, all from one link. So we've seen the what and the how, but let's bring it all back home. Why does this matter? What's the real, tangible benefit of having a sovereign identity? It really boils down to these 4 pillars. Number 1, no more subscriptions. Once you create your link, it's yours forever. 2, no platform risk. Because your identity is the link, it can't be taken down. You are your own host. 3, privacy. Without a database, there's literally nothing to track. And 4, portability. You can move this identity to your own domain or anywhere you want. You are never locked in.
And this quote just nails the whole philosophy. In this crazy, fragile digital world, building a resilient, independent presence isn't just a nice to have, it's your responsibility as a creator. This is a tool designed to give you that power.
And that kind of leaves us with one last big thought to chew on. We've just seen how an entire personal profile can be encoded into a simple URL. But what comes next? Could entire documents or applications or maybe even small websites one day live completely inside of a link? The possibilities are kind of mind-bending.